Hey everyone, welcome to another video tutorial on YouTube channel of tutorialspedia.com. In this video tutorial, I will explain how we can use different functions and operations available in XPath in our TIBCO BW processes. For this purpose, we will be navigating through a complex XML tree which we will generate using TIBCO BW. Before I proceed, let me request you to please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed before so that you are able to get all the videos from the channel when uploaded. So here is the detail of all the topics and all the processes that we will be considering for this video tutorial. We will be basically creating just one process and we will be playing with different functions of XPath within the same process. For this purpose, the first important thing is that we will generate an XSD, and this XSD which is XML schema will be having some nested elements as well as it will be containing some attributes so that we can demo you how we can use different attributes and also the child elements to do the conditional traversing on a nested XML. And once we have an XSD created, we will use XML instance, which is available under the XML palette in TIBCO BW. And using XML instance, we will generate XML sample for our use case based on the schema that we create. And then once we have schema and once we have XML available, we will create a process. And in this process, we will be reading this XML data. And after that, in a mapper, we will be playing with the elements of this XSD or XML. And we will be showing you how we can get a specific element from the XML, how we can get the last element, how we can get a specific number of elements, for example, only 2 elements, only 3 elements, and also we will see that how conditional elements based on certain attributes or elements can be picked from the XSD. So this whole tutorial is basically covering XPath only, and for covering XPath, it's up to you if you want to do it in TIBCO BW5 or in BW6. For my case, I will be considering BW5, and the way we create a process and the way we handle different activities might be different, and it's definitely different between BW5 and 6. But XPath functions, which the major topic that we are covering here, remain same. So with just a little tweaking, you can do the same in BW6 as well. So without further ado, let's directly jump into the implementation and see how we can traverse through the nested XML using TIBCO BW5. I have already created a empty project with the name TIBCO XPath tutorial, and within this project we will start our implementation. So as a best practice, let me first create a folder, and in this folder I will name it as schemas. In our case we will have only one schema, so let's click on this folder, and then here you can right click and you can go to XML tools and you can choose schema. So here we are going to create a schema. So let's take a scenario where we will have an XML schema which will contain a root element with the name websites, and within that we will have a repeating element with the name website, and within the website we will have its sub elements, like we will have website URL, we will have title, we will have description, and then we will have another complex element under this with the name tags, and within that we will have repeating number of tags. Let me create the schema. So I will name it as website schema. I will double click, and the root element will be websites, and this websites will be containing website individual element, and we will put asterisk, which means a repeating element. Let's make it global. We can make it local as well. And this website will contain further elements, which will be URL, title, rank, as every website has certain Google ranking. Then we will have description, and we will have tags. Tags is going to be repeating, as a website can have multiple tags, so we will choose it to create locally. And this rank, I will make it integer, as ranking is between from 1 to 10, 0 to 10 rather, and title and description will remain as string, and tags will be of element type. And within this we will have tag, and we will make it repeating, which means that we can have multiple tags. Okay, another important thing that I want to do here is that for website I want to create an attribute. So I will click on this attribute place, and here I will create a new attribute. I will make it language. So every website can either it can be multilingual or it can be in a specific language. So this attribute will define it's kind of a metadata for our XML structure, which will provide us an option to specify the language in the attributes. So we will create this attribute, and once we have created this attribute, now if you go to the source, you can see that our XSD is showing all the elements along with the attributes. Okay, so once we have created the schema, let's create another folder and XML instances, and inside this we will create the XML instance based on the schema that we just created. So right click, add resources, XML tools, and here choose instance. So let's name it as websites XML instance. Now double click on this, and here you will choose this option of set schema. And once you click on set schema, then you will have to browse and select your schema and the root element. Our case root element is website, so it's already selected. We will click OK. Once you click, now you can start creating your elements within this website's XML instance. So you click on websites, you see here website is already showing, so you will click on website. And once you click on website, you can see that attributes as well as all the elements are showing. So URL, title, rank, and description are already added, so we want to add the language attribute also. So let's give it some value. Language English, URL is uh, tutorialspedia.com, title step by step tutorials. Let's give it a random ranking, let's give it 7, and description website with step by step tutorials. So in this way we have created one website element within the websites. So if you go to the source, you can see that within websites we have website. So let's copy it and create its multiple elements. So second and third, and for second and third I want to change to something else. For the second one, let's name it as with the language French, and website, just put a random one, abc.com, and let's put a description French website, and let's give it a rank of 6. And in the description we will just add some dummy description for French website ABC. And in the similar way, okay, we can do for the another for the second one also. Here let's change the language to Urdu, and URL, just write urdu.com, and here we will give some title, Urdu website, and its ranking, let's make it 5, and description something else. This is Urdu site. So now we have created our XML based on the schema that we specified. Okay, it's successfully parsed. So now let's copy this XML and just put it into a file and name this file as websites.xml. So we created this websites.xml. Sorry, let me save it here. Okay, so websites.xml file has been created. Now let's create a process and start traversing through this nested XML. So we create a new folder and let's name it as processes, and within this folder we will create a new process. uh, let's name it as XML traversal process. And now in this process, first thing that we want to do is that we want to read data from the file. So I will use this read file activity from the file palette, and in this let's go to the input, and here we will specify the file name c colon slash test slash. Okay, let me see, the name of the file is in capital or small. It's websites.xml, websites.xml. And in this way we will be reading data from this file. After reading, we want to parse the data. So I will go to add resources, XML activities, and I will choose Parse XML. Okay, so here in the Parse XML, in the input style we need to change to text. We will keep this validate input as checked. In the input we are going to map file content, and in the output editor click on this plus button, and here we will choose in the content XML element reference, and in the schema we will browse and select the website's root element. So in this way the data will be parsed into this format, websites containing each individual website with all the elements and also language attribute. Okay, up till this point it's uh, basic concept of getting data from a file and parsing it. Next we are going to use a mapper. We will go to general activities and we will add a mapper to our process, and this mapper is the one where we will be actually playing with different functions. So in the mapper, go to input editor, and here click plus, and then we choose XML element reference. We choose the same XSD because we are going to traverse through the same set of data, and in the input we are going to map the data from the parse XML. So first I want to get all the data that I parse in the parse XML in the map data without making any changes. For that purpose we just map inside the websites all the website. So you can choose copy, and if you don't make any changes you can make a copy, but if you want to make any changes you choose this for each option. Okay, for now let's run it once, and in this case we haven't done any changes to the data. We didn't add any XPath function, rather we only used for each, and we are mapping everything that we parse to this mapper. So now if I try to load this process and see the output in the mapper, you can see that it's all green, which means everything is good. In the mapper output, let me go to the source. You can see we are getting everything. This is the basic thing. Now what we want to do, we want to do certain uh, changes to play with different functions which are available in XPath. So first thing I want to do is that if I want to get only first website, how I can do that? You can do the filtering like this. If you put one, for example, in this case you will get only the first website. If you see right now, you receive the first website tutorialspedia, second urdu.com, and third is abc.com. So right now after my change to filter to the first one, I should get only one website. So let me run it again, and if you go map data output, you see that only one website, tutorialspedia.com. Okay, so now what I want to do is that I want to get all those websites which have a ranking of greater than 6. So for this purpose what I will do, here we have website And I will specify here with the same prefix. Okay, let me see the exact structure. Okay, it's rank. So pfx colon rank greater than 6. So now I will be able to get only those websites which have rank greater than 6. You can see only Tutorialpedia has rank greater than 6. Let me do it less than 6 so that you can see other two sites. So less than 6, so it will not even give us the one which is having 6. It will give me only the one which has rank of 5, which is Urdu website, urdu.com. So I apply and close. So if now I run it, I should get only urdu.com. So let me load and start the current process. And if I go to the output, you can see now we are getting only urdu.com. Now I want to make another change, that I want to fetch some data based on the attributes. So here in this case, instead of element, I want to add the attribute at language equal to French. So I want to get, okay, so there is something wrong. Let me see. Oh, sorry, I need to remove this and put it inside. So now at language is equal to French, which means I want to get all those websites which are having language as French. So in this case, I should get only abc.com. Let me run it. And if you see the output, you are getting abc.com. If we have multiple websites with the same language, it will still show. So let me just modify for the sake of demo this language to French for this one as well. So now we have two websites with the language French. So let me save it. Okay, now if I load it again and run the process, I should be able to get two websites in the output. So you can see I'm getting two websites in the output because both of them are specified with the language French. Okay, so now what I want to do is that I want to do some other scenarios where I want to do some conditional condition, apply some conditions on certain elements. For example, if I want that I want to get only those websites which are having a tag with the certain value. Right now in this website, I did not add tags, so I think I should add tags as well. So let me add tags. Okay, the schema for the tags. Let me first go to the schema. So we have tags. Inside that we should have tag. So I'm creating it here, tags, and inside the tags we will have individual tag. So let's tag as tutorial, and I also want to add some other tags. Let me just copy this and paste it multiple times. So we have three tags: first one tutorial, second one integration, and third one SOA. So these are the three tags for this website. So let me copy and add the tags to the other sites also. Of course I will put different tags. Here I put the tag, and this tag will be Urdu. The second tag will be uh, Asia, just random tag, and I remove the third tag. I want to have only two tags for this, and for this case also I want to add, I should add here, I want to add some tags. So here I will add a tag French. I will add, okay, let me change it to Urdu, and the second tag I want is, maybe let's put Paris, and the third one France. So now we have three websites Let me just run the process once. So if I, okay, so I got some error because I did not end the tag properly. Here I need to put slash tags, sorry. Okay, I save it, I run again. Okay, now you will be seeing tags as well. So if I go to the source, you can see that we are getting tags also. Now I want to do certain changes, that I want to get only those websites. Let me first remove this language because I want to get all websites. But here I want to put a condition surround with if, and in this if I want to assert that the tag should be, sorry, tags, I want to make sure that it gives me only those websites which have tag equal to SOA. I don't need to put this. Okay, let me put it like this. Okay, so I want to get only those tags, those values where tag is equal to SOA. So I will just copy it, and now if I load it in the output, if you see, you are getting only one website, the website which has a tag with an with the name SOA. So in this way we can perform conditional traversing as well on our website schema. Okay, next what I want to do is that I want to get only the last element. Okay, so let me delete this and map it again for each, but I don't want to get all the websites, rather I want to get only last website. So for that purpose you can use this last function. And now if you see in your uh, XML, the last one is this French website. So if I run it now, I should be getting French only. If you see the output, we are getting only French because that is the last one. And if you want to get second last, you can just do this last minus one. So now you will get urdu.com. If you see the output now, it's urdu.com. So this is how you play with different functions which are available in XPath. And if you go to official documentation for XPath, you will find that XPath is very rich expression language which contains tons of functions, and there are a lot of ways that you can play with XML data. Of course, I'm not able to cover all of those functions and all those aspects in this short video tutorial, but I hope that this tutorial will help you to understand the basics how you can play with XML data using different XPath functions. So that's it from this video. I hope that this video will help you to understand and grasp the concepts. Feel free to write in the comment section if you have any questions. And again, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed before. Thank you very much.